We will see now an example about a bibliometric research to do a literature review. This is done in the literature about artificial intelligence in marketing. We'll see in detail now the different phases. The first step is the data collection. It starts with the data collection by searching for articles in academic management journals that contained in the title, abstract, or the author's keywords, terms such as marketing or consumer behavior and artificial intelligence or intelligent systems, which is recommended by the literature. We then selected one academic database and found 2,430 articles published from 1987 to 2021. To ensure the validity of the review, we limited our analysis to only top-ranked journals. That is A+, A, B, and C journals according to the French FNICH ranking. So academic journals with a peer review process, and we excluded book chapters, book reviews, and conference proceedings because they are not valid for the literature review. Thus, the final search criteria at the date of extraction in April 2021, we found 167 articles about artificial intelligence and marketing. The first thing we can see is the number of publications about AI between 1987 and 2021 in academic journals. So nothing happened until the year, let's say, 2017, 2018. And the number of publications about AI exploded and increased exponentially in 2019, 2020, and 2021, which shows that the topic is really only explored since 1 or 2 years, showing a big research gap in the domain. We can then see where the publications were published in which academic journals. First of all, in Journal of Business Research, which is a B journal. Journal of Service Management, which is a C journal. Psychology and Marketing, a B journal. Journal of Retailing and Consumer Services, a C journal. So Journal of Service Research, an A journal. So the A journals, such as Journal of Marketing, Marketing Science, Journal of Consumer Research, are not the first who publish about AI. It's rather the B or the C journals, showing that these top journals are quite conservative and not really open to risky or very new topics, which will certainly change now because AI is now a very important topic for academia, but also for management. So we will certainly see a higher number of publications published in A+ and A journals. Another picture are the citations. Here you can see the publications which are most cited in the academic journals. So you can see Journal of Marketing is mostly cited, Journal of Consumer Research, Journal of Service Research, Journal of Marketing Research, Journal of the Academy of Marketing Science are all A or A+ journals. So they're mostly cited. The only exception is Journal of Business Research, which is a B journal, but which shows how it is important to publish in top journals because they're mostly cited. So it's a different picture compared to the B journals who are the first to publish, but not the mostly cited ones. In this slide, you can see who are the most relevant or most cited authors. It is important to identify the authors who count in a domain or who you can use in Business Source Ultimate or any research database to try to find other articles because they have published and are most cited in the domain, here in the domain of AI. So it makes sense to look if they have other articles published about the research domain AI. And here you can see Gruwell and Journal of Retailing are the most cited authors, Huang and Rust. The second one, Wirtz, Davenport. So it makes absolutely sense, as these authors are mostly cited, to look at their work because it's highly probable that these authors have published other papers or other research about AI. After having collected the data, the articles, and after having downloaded the data, that is the articles on the computer, we go now to phase 2, scientific mapping with WASViewer, where we used the downloaded data to analyze deeper the keywords and the co-occurrences. So this is done with WASViewer. How do we precisely proceed? We used in bibliometric analysis with science mapping. Through science mapping, we show the structure and dynamics of the body of scientific research in AI, offering a visual representation of the research field. Following Mustak and colleagues, we use WASViewer, a free Java application used for analyzing and visualization of the citations and co-occurrence networks within the scientific publications or collections. WASViewer is able to create clusters and construct bibliographic and conceptual maps based on a co-occurrence map. To start with, first of all, you have to export an RIS file from Business Source Ultimate or from the database. This is the file with all the articles you have collected in your research with keywords in the database Business Source Ultimate or Scopus or any other database. So you need this file called RIS file, which you can download and then use for further analysis in WASViewer. The first thing to do is to download for free the WASViewer. Then how to use, you create a new WAS analysis by clicking on Create. Then you choose the option Create a map based on bibliographic data. Then you choose Read data from reference manager files. That is, for example, from RIS files. And that is the file you will import the file that you've exported from your database, namely Business Source Ultimate. So here is the file which you have stored on your computer. And then you click on Execute. And then you choose the type of analysis. So keywords and co-occurrence, and the counting method is full counting. This enables you to analyze by keywords. Now you have to ask the minimum number of occurrences by keywords. There you have to play a little bit to choose in a random way the number of occurrences by keyword. So we have chosen 5. And we have limited the number of keywords to 22 keywords. And you can see here are the keywords which are analyzed by article. Artificial intelligence, machine learning, automation, you see these are the most important occurrences. As we work on artificial intelligence, we deselect artificial intelligence because it's too general as a keyword. So AI, artificial intelligence, because all articles about artificial intelligence, in order to make the analysis more specific and to limit the number of domains or clusters which are found. And you can see here are the keywords which refer to the most researched domains: machine learning, automation, big data, marketing, retailing are the keywords that are mostly investigated in research. Consumption behavior, robots, chatbots, ethics, personalization, trust. So these are actually the most investigated domains, research domains on which researchers have worked since 2 or 3 years, since the period we have analyzed. And it is for a researcher, including for you, a good indicator on which domains, on which topics researchers have already worked a lot, and which are the domains or research topics on which researchers haven't worked a lot. where are the gaps on which you can work with your thesis and your research. And then you click on visualization, and you will see the different clusters based on the keyword occurrences, which are shown in a graphic, in a figure, where you can see then the keywords and how they are linked in a graphical manner. We will see this graphic in the next slide a little bit more in detail, and we'll discuss the different clusters we have found based on the co-occurrences analysis. And here are the results of WOSView. So there are the clusters of AI applications which were identified by the bibliometric analysis. There are 7 clusters, which we will see now in detail. The clusters can be interpreted like the research that has been done. So every cluster represents a research direction or research domain which has been dealt with by actual research about artificial intelligence. The first cluster is technical, machine learning, deep learning, content analysis. So it's really technical about the techniques, how to analyze big data with artificial intelligence. So it's not more technology related. The second segment or cluster, it's about human AI interactions in service encounters with keywords like anthropomorphism, engagement, personalization, human replacement, robots, and service strategies. So human AI interactions. Here, the idea behind research is to see if AI or robots should be similar to humans with high degree of anthropomorphism, if there differs in terms of engagement, customer firm engagement. Does an AI leads also to higher customer engagement, or is it preferable to use humans for service providers? What is the impact of AI-based personalization on consumer behavior, customer engagement, satisfaction, and loyalty? What is the degree of possible replacements of humans in the service encounter domain of humans and their replacement by AI and robots, and how AI can enhance service strategies? The third segment is about AI and ethics. So research focuses on consumer decision-making, ethics, privacy, robotics, voice assistance, technology adoption, but also trust. The idea behind this research is to see how AI is perceived from the ethical point of view, how the analysis of big data through AI impacts privacy concerns, how humans react faced to robots and voice assistants. Do they perceive it as ethical if these robots are replacing humans and are acting like humans? It is also about trust. Do customers really trust if the service is done by a robot? The fourth cluster deals with consumer behavior and consumer psychology. It is about automation through AI, interactivity between customers and the firm, which is increased by AI, consumption behavior. Do consumers behave differently in front of an AI-based chatbot, for example, or a robot? Does AI increase customer satisfaction and subsequently customer engagement? These are all topics of cluster 4. The fifth segment deals with research about AI, company transformation, and digitalization strategies in firms. Research looks at how big data can transform and can contribute to digital transformation, and which digitalization strategies and digital transformation can be done based on AI applications, based on AI, which new business models can be created through AI. So this is what research is focusing on in this cluster. The sixth cluster is about AI and social media management, how precisely AI can optimize multi-channel or omni-channel management between social media, classical advertisement, how advertisement can be optimized through personalization, but also through better overlapment and better management of multi-channel media strategies combined with social media, how chatbots can increase communication strategies, how this can enhance customer experience management, and how sentiment analysis can be used for social media management. So research in this cluster is mainly focusing on the optimization of social media management through AI, how AI can contribute to the optimization of campaign management. And the last and seventh segment focuses on AI and e-commerce platforms, precisely how AI can create customer value on platforms, how AI can enhance and improve e-commerce platforms, which services, namely financial services, can be given to customers to create value, and how the service quality on e-commerce platforms can be enhanced through AI, chatbots, and robotics. So this segment is, as the segment 5, rather focused on business models and which business models and digitalization can create value in the era of artificial intelligence. So we have seen now the 7 segments, the 7 clusters. You can see all these 7 clusters are dealing with AI and different applications of AI. And research is focusing on different facets, how AI can enhance and improve the marketing value function. Here we can see again the 7 clusters with the different topics the research is focusing on, and we can see here also the keywords which are aggregated by WasViewer to create the clusters and which enabled us to find the 7 different clusters or applications on which actual research about AI is focusing on. Here we can see again the different clusters with the title of the topics and the journals in which we found the topics, the keywords, and in the last column, the exemplary studies and the authors who worked in this domain. So classic for the literature analysis. It makes sense to make this kind of table to summarize the research for the different clusters. And this brings me to an enhanced TCCM analysis for a literature review. For the TCCM, theory, context, characteristics, method analysis, you should create an Excel table like the following one to summarize the following information by enhancing the TCCM framework by adding the following information and creating supplementary columns. First of all, the title of the article, journal name, year of publication, focus of the study, the cluster of the VOS view analysis, which we have just seen, in our case 7, the results of the study, and then the TCCM variables, namely the theories used, the industry context or sector, the country variables used, and then the methods used, namely the research design, for example, an experiment, survey, or panel data. Then which are the statistical analysis used in the article, for example, regression, structural equation modeling, ANOVA, etc. And perhaps you might even add in column or information which software tool was used, for example, SPSS, Amos, SmartPLS, Jamovi, or R. The variables used, namely independent, explanatory variables, the mediating variables, the moderating variables, the dependent or to explain variables. And then you can compute the number of publications by the different characteristics of variables that you have analyzed and which are then countable in your Excel file. Then you can sort or filter out the articles according to the different categories, for example, by authors, or for example, by context, or by theory filtering, anthropomorphism theory, how many articles are done about with using anthropomorphism theories or other theories. So you can filter out that and find contributions based on a theory-based analysis, which are the sectors and countries in which the research has been done, financial services, hospitality, and so on. Then you can filter out by country, Germany, France, Malaysia, and so on. And last but not least, you can do frequency analysis to detect gaps, because you can do statistics by each category you have analyzed, for example, theories or industries or sectors where has been done most of research, generally in Western countries, USA and Europe, and less in emerging countries. So you can really do summarizing tables in which you can see where contributions can be done and where research has been mainly done. So in summary, this table can then be used to sort and filter out your literature review by the different characteristics or columns you have created, the variables. And so we can detect what has been done by existing research and what are the limits of existing research to detect research gaps, to make a theoretical, methodological, and managerial contribution. By doing that, you will perform a very sophisticated literature review that will help you to do your own research contributions that you can use to discuss your results in the results section, in line with the results, in line with the weaknesses, in line with the gaps that you have detected with this enhanced literature review. So in summary, VOS-Viewer and the exportation of the RIS data file from Business Source Ultimate enables you to import or to export this data, first of all, in the citation software fully, and second, to make a complete status quo about the research state, what has been done in research, and to present it in a graphical way. And so it's an optimal manner to do a literature review and to establish a status quo about the research, what has been done, to see the research gaps, what are the research contributions, what are the research limits, what are the main results. So this is an ideal way to do a literature review which will be useful for your thesis.